Hello, everybody. Happy Sunday. It is an interesting one here. I, as I sit here, so it's 3 o'clock. We have a blizzard warning here in Rhode Island that's starting soon. By about this time tomorrow night, we're supposed to have upwards of anywhere from 16 to 24 inches of snow on the ground. And they've declared a state of emergency as of 2 hours from now. So life's about to get interesting here in New England. Right now, it's just cloudy, but by the time this stream ends, we should be starting to see some snow, and I guess it's going to ramp up as the night progresses, and then overnight's going to be a little wild. And there's possibilities of outages and all that kind of fun stuff. So I guess I'm going to be doing some stitching. So welcome to a live stream. If you are new to this, first off, my name's Melissa. How this works is we're going to do 3 focus times of 45 minutes each, just kind of focus sprints. I have it set up as a cross stitch group. However, you are welcome to do whatever you want during these sprints. Stitch, knit, crochet, read, write, house cleaning, if you are so inclined to do that on a Sunday afternoon, whatever strikes your fancy. Once that 45 minutes is over, we'll come back. We'll just kind of hang out, stretch, grab yourself a drink, whatever you need to do, chat for a few minutes, and then we'll go back and we'll repeat that 2 more times. And then we'll do a wind down sprint of 15 minutes, just to kind of, if you're stitching like I do, you might want to mark off what you've done, make notes for your next session, chill, go off to find who else is sprinting, whatever you want to do. And that's basically it. It's just a hangout time. So I'll get us going in a couple of minutes. I'm trying something a little bit new this time for the countdowns, because I have been playing this fun little cozy game, and I decided that I want to use it for the counters because it allows me to have some more flexibility with the counters. I'm going to stick with 45 minutes, but if at any point we want to do a different amount, then I have complete flexibility over how long that is. So that's my choice. It's called Spirit City Lo-Fi Sessions. It's off of Stream. And before we get started, what else? I filmed a floss tube. I actually filmed a floss tube. I did it at midnight last night. It has not been edited yet. That's my plan for after we're done with the live stream. I'm going to work on that this evening while I'm watching the Olympics closing ceremonies. But I got it filmed, which is saying something for me. And I think it went okay. It was a little awkward, but then again, so am I. And I am working on Live On Little, which, let me get the full photo here. So this is by Plum Street Design, Plum Street Samplers. I started this about 3 years ago with a group of stitchers up at the Stitchin' at the Farm retreat in Troy, New Hampshire. And haven't gotten that far on it because I kept kind of getting burnt out on the barn. I had this great idea to start on the hardest part of it first to get it out of the way. Then, everything else will be a breeze. Of course, it's like intense counting stitching. So the barn, as you can see, has a whole ton of little squares to make bricks. It's a thing. And this is where I'm at so far. This is my other whip go for February. So, and I'm just starting today. So I got to get all 1,000 stitches done in the next week. For a little while today, I am going to work on some bricks, but for at least one of the sessions, I'm probably going to start just doing fill-in work just to feel like I'm making some really good progress today, and especially as it gets a little darker in here. Um, but yeah, that's my plan for the day, to see how many stitches I get. So if anyone else is here, say hi. I'd love to know who else is hanging out and stitching today. And I will get us going on our first sprint in just a second. Oh, there's it. Hi, Liz. There we go. Why are things not showing up again in the chat? I don't get it. Well, maybe it is on screen again. Let me see. I don't know. All right. Well, in any case, I did watch the game this morning. I was of mixed feelings because I really don't like the Kachucks. I really don't like them. So it was a little bittersweet. I felt really sad for the Canadian team. It was like, oh, I feel bad. I'm not sure why that is. Let me delete you. Okay, there we go. I'm just going to delete that countdown because I think it's still stuck on it there. Or maybe it's not. Oh, no, I was just behind. Okay, whatever. All right. But yeah, I watched the game this morning. It was crazy. That was a very crazy game. I was not that awake, though, to be fair, because by the time I finished filming my floss tube, it was like 1:30 in the morning. And I was a little out of it. And then I woke up at like 7. So I'm a little tired. I need all the caffeine today, and did not take a nap after the game like I said I was going to. So we'll see how I do on 40 count fabric. Yeah. All right. Well, let me get us into our first sprint. And like I said, it's going to be a little bit of a different look today, but we'll be able to do the countdowns just as we did before. So let me flip us to the next screen here. Okay, and I think I'm still being chatty. So so we've got us on 45 minutes. And I will, today you'll actually be able to see me milling around. It won't just be that funky background screen. So I'll see you guys in about 45 minutes. Alrighty. Yeah. Okay, you can stop making sounds now. My goodness. That is really annoying. Stop. Okay. Anyway, how is everybody? Let me, I don't like that alert, so I'm going to switch to a different one because that's annoying. Okay. Yeah. So how is everybody? I got a little bit of work done. You're not going to probably be able to see it on screen because I'm working in white, but I'm outlining the panes of windows while I still have the light, and then I can start working on darker stuff. So a little counting futzy, but at the same time, it's stuff that needs to be done, and I'd rather do it now before it gets dark, and then I can start working on the easier stuff. So a little bit of the harder stuff to start, and then ease in. But oh, hello, Amberus, come here. Come here, baby. Come in. Come on. Are you want to come say hi? He doesn't want to come say hi. I know he doesn't want to. Come here, you. This is Amberus. You got it. This is our newer floof. He is named after a god in the Dungeon Crawler Carl world, and he is very fittingly grumpy, just like the god is. He came up to our door. I know, you're just going to growl. I know. You just don't want to be contained. I know. All right, you go do things. Go on. I wouldn't need to shut the door because Dad is out here making noise. So figure out where you're going. No? Okay. We don't know how old he is. He came to the door over the summer, and we want to say that he's probably like coming up on 2 years old, but he's like super, super cute. and now he does have the door open. Hang on. All right, you out. Thank you. The problem with having a whole house of people who can't go outside right now is that the house is very, very loud. So as of an hour from now, we are on a state of emergency. And I think we're pretty set to go for this storm. And I'm just not looking forward to the disaster. So let me go back and check and see what's going on. So let me scroll back into chat here. So while we were chatting, so Liz and I were discussing the hockey game briefly. And yes, I did watch that this morning. And I had mixed feelings about it because I really don't like the Chucks. And but there were so many BU people on it that on both sides, I'm like, I need to root for my alma mater hockey people. So, but I'm glad that the U.S. won. I was devastated seeing the Canadian team at the medals. They looked absolutely just shattered, and it just made me feel just horrible. There we go. There's our chatting. I think I just got it to come back. Haha. Although it's really, really big. Let's put you there. There we go. That's better. Okay. I've been like hitting buttons and doing things by accident. Anyway, so yeah, I did watch the game this morning. I got up, even though I was up until like 2 a.m, filming Floss Tube, and I'm a little tired, but that's okay. And let's see, Liz is working on Willow Hill Sampling's Merry Little Christmas, which is adorable. I've seen that one. Jenna came in and said, hey, I know you, and tagged the like button. Thank you. And I pointed out that I know her too, and that I'll be catching up on her video for she did a couple of videos this weekend on outlining a novel, which I really want to listen to, because while I have done a very rough draft of my outline, tips and tricks from someone who's already been there is always appreciated. So I have no shame in going back and looking back over my novel outline. But yes, those will be watched probably tomorrow night, because we're not going anywhere for at least a couple of days. Glenda came in. Hello, Glenda. Hopefully, what are you reading this afternoon, Glenda? Are you working on other stuff? Let's see. Liz popped over to YouTube, so she's seeing all of the chat because I didn't have it up here on the screen. The floof is now dragging on my window because I shut the door on him, and he's very annoyed. Let's see. I pointed out that Toby is snoring in his box. Toby is my day manager here at work, because this is where I work 3 days a week. And he has a cardboard box on my desk. You'll probably see him at some point. He is a gigantic beefalo of tuxedo cat. He's about 22, 23 pounds. And I don't know what that sound was out there. 22, 23 pounds. And he used to be feral and is no longer feral. But he knows that he owns my office, so he will stroll on by the screen when he feels like it. But for right now, he's very happy in his box. Jenna is in the "it is snowing, let's write" mode, so she understands. Yeah, I am hoping to do a little bit of that this evening. I have not done any writing in like 2 weeks. It has been just, I don't know what happened at work. It's like something, I know Mercury is not supposed to go retrograde until Wednesday, but I swear something else went retrograde 2 weeks ago, because it has just been madhouse. And this past week, and it especially, was like, what the heck is going on? I just could not keep up with things. It was ridiculous. So I'm hoping this week is a little easier, because I swear I've lost an entire week of getting anything done. Chidori said, I just made it back from running errands, adulting, yuck. I'm ready to start stitching on Athena by Mirabilia. Nice. That's a pretty one too. And yes, the adulting sucks. Eric went out today to get some stuff to prepare for this storm, because we have not been able to use our snowblower yet this year. It just will not kick. So, he had done the whole gas and oil thing. Today he went and got new spark plugs. It's just not wanting to turn over. You're not coming back in here right now. He's doing the whole frantic at the window thing. But we've got all of our stuff done, but it's like, we still need to go back out and like position the cars to try to make shoveling all of this better after we get to that tomorrow, because realistically we're probably not going to be able to shovel until this is over with, based on what I'm seeing for the wind. It's kind of pointless to do anything until at least noon tomorrow, because we are going to have genuine blizzard conditions here. So sustained winds of 35 miles an hour for at least 3 hours. We're supposed to get hurricane force winds from this, and 18 to 25 inches of snow, and it's going to be fun. Let's see. He is a handsome floof. Embrus he is random. We don't know what breed he is. There's definitely Maine Coon in there, but he's kind of a long cat, but he's not really all that big or heavy. He's definitely a mix. But yes, he is a poof. Let's see. We've got Donnelly. Hello. I'm cooking lunch and stitching on Mirabilia's Dancing Queen. We've got some Mirabilia people today. And yes, the cat distribution system did send me a gorgeous boy. He is, and he knows it. Liz says, old gas. That was the first attempt, and Eric burned off all of the old gas and got a brand new thing of it, and it's not going. It we hadn't needed to use it in a couple of years, so it probably needs some sort of a tune-up that we're just not aware of. Or God forbid, maybe something got to a wire out in our garage. Who knows? Um, oh, and hello. Oh, so you're Lisa. Nice to meet you. She's in the rainy Pacific Northwest. Do not envy your snow. Yeah, it's YouTube does this with me. It's the same thing. It has me as Geeky Witch, but my name's Melissa. So I need to just make a note of everybody's names. Eventually I'll know everybody, but it's one of those things that YouTube started doing, and it's kind of annoying so that you don't know who anybody is. Yeah, to be fair, we have not had a snowy winter like this we were trying to think back. It's been 11 years. It was 2015. So we're due. But New Englanders are really good at being angry and sarcastic and complaining about the weather, no matter what it is. I think it's just a cultural tradition up here. I love the snow. I don't like shoveling it, especially this time of year, because it's going to be heavy. This is going to be the heart attack snow where you really have to pace yourself because it could be dangerous. What I don't like is how companies get really pissy with people trying to get to work and just not giving people the grace to be able to get to work and making the effort to get to work when there's nothing you can do about the traffic and the trains and the buses and everything. Nothing's going to be working well for like the week. So it's that no one gives anybody any leeway, and that's what I hate about the winter. I could let it snow and be cozy and whatnot. That doesn't bother me at all. I honestly, I think, especially while it's snowing, it's just so cozy. I'm looking forward to stealing some extra breaks tomorrow from work and just kind of staring out and watching it tomorrow during the day. So, but yeah, we're due. We have not had snow like this in 11 years since my son was 2. The one problem we have right now is that it's been so cold here that the snowstorm we had a month ago hasn't melted off. So we still have about 8 inches of snow on the ground from that one. And they never really plowed well the first time around. So this is going to get a little messy tomorrow, but it'll be fine. Liz says that you start yours a few times a year, even this summer. That's what Eric should have been doing. And to be fair, making sure he's not hearing me. To be fair, I had asked him to check on this thing multiple times. So he, waited to the last minute. But we've got 4 people in this house who are all of decent age, including one that is a preteen who can do some good work. We'll be fine. It's 3 guys and me. So we'll get this taken care of. It'll get shoveled, The good thing is that because they've declared a state of emergency now, there's no pressure for Eric or Matt to go to work tomorrow because they can't, because we can't be out on the roads. So we'll be able to get this cleaned out. You live in Louisiana, shut down the state when it snows. No one is expected or encouraged to go to work until everything is completely melts. Emergency services camps out at their stations. I asked Eric, when we first saw this was going to be bigger than it was, I asked him if he wanted me to get him a hotel room closer to where he works because his commute is a bear. And depending on what goes on this week, that might still happen. Because I would rather he be safe and not deal with all of this and just stay up in Northern Mass for a couple of days, if it helps him not be dealing with the stress of the traffic and whatnot. But yeah, people here are like, oh, okay, it snowed yesterday. What's your problem? Go to school, go to work. But yeah, You were in the 50s yesterday, Liz? I'm jealous. Although it did get almost to 40 here. It was like the warmest it's been in a while. Yeah. And yes, you definitely live and learn. At least like every house is a cozy home in the snow. You lived in Montana, Idaho, Western Washington. I agree. Creates a gorgeous world outside. Yep. I grew up in Montana. I grew up in Billings, so I do remember it was like when it was snowing, it was just magical. So there is something too about this. It's like I as long as I see a snowplow a couple of times tomorrow, I'll be fine. But this thing is going to be a little bit wild. Um, but truthfully, I'm kind of looking forward to it. Uh, your nearest snowplow is in Arkansas. That doesn't help you in Louisiana. I'm sorry. That no, but I mean, I get it. The South is not. You guys just don't have the stuff for this because you don't get this. I mean, you get a snow. Have they ever gotten snow like this? I mean, I know maybe a couple of inches, but that's enough to make Louisiana freak out, and justifiably if you don't have anything to put down on it, especially if you're going to be right at freezing where it just starts like turning to ice. No, I don't blame you at all. It sucks up here. It's going to suck more where they don't have any stuff for it. Jenna's going with baked ziti tonight for dinner. Yum. I have no idea what we're doing yet, but we cheated and got one of the pre-cooked chickens from the grocery store today for lunch, and there's still a decent amount left. So that might be what we do for dinner. I'm not sure yet. All right, let me get you guys into the next sprint, partially because I need to go and refill my soda and use the facilities. So I'll get us going on the next 45 minutes. Have a great sprint, and I will see you guys in just a little bit. hand them back. Let me get that overlay on there. There we go. And we'll get that a little smaller. Okay, good. There we go. And how did everybody do? I kind of got startled by the end of that timer. I was like, oh, we're done? I guess we're done. Okay. I guess we're done. So let's see where I left off. I got a little bit more done, but not a bunch because I was chatting with Eric and futzing around here at my desk a little bit. So, all right, Liz went off to get the chickens back into their coop for the evening and get Ozzy some food, and then she got back and she was moving Q snaps. Oh, you're using overdyed. You can't use the sewing method. You could. I know a few people that do, but I'm not a sewing method stitcher. I just I've tried it, and every once in a while, if I'm on the right fabric, I can get away with it. But I'm a stabber. I just have to stab. Although I two-hand stab a lot of the time. This hoop is a little bit big for it, but I can balance and like work one over, one under. That's kind of how I do things. Stitched summoner dress and watched a whip parade. Nice. I need to splice mine this evening. I filmed a short one last night catching up on what I was doing at the end of last year, and so far this year I didn't do the big one because that'll take some doing. that if I did a full whip parade and did everything, we'd probably be here for an entire live stream. It would probably take me about 3 hours to do all of the whips. Oh, I'm just thinking about the disaster that would make in here. I do love watching a whip parade, though. They are dangerous. Whose did you watch, by the way? Because I know a lot of people have been filming theirs. The beginning, it's like there's a flux of them at the beginning of the year, and then there's another batch of them that always come kind of like June, July, and do mid-year ones. I wasn't planning on doing one on my own, but I decided that, since it had been 7 months, 8 months since I'd filmed a floss tube video, that I probably should catch up on some of the stuff I've been doing. It wound up being a lot of new starts, but it was fun. I don't think, oh, you're watching a 3.5 hour whip parade. Okay, I don't feel so bad then. Because so when I do floss tube videos, when I'm recording mine, I always am like, finding that like length of video is kind of this weird. I'm always worried that I'm going too long, and that I should only keep them at like a half hour or so people can watch mine and then go watch somebody else's. So that doesn't make me feel as bad then if it was 3.5 hours, because I think by the time I get mine finished up, it's probably going to be about an hour ish. So that's not too bad. But 3.5, yeah, I could do that. I don't think I can move this right now, but right behind, let me make this go away for just a second. This right here, where's my finger? There we go. Okay. This whole cabinet that you see right behind me here, that's all of my whips. That's where I keep everything. And I think I've probably got, at last count, I think I'm up to 75, 80-ish. There's also a bunch of stuff that's kitted in there. So, but I have a slight problem with, doing too much stitching and wanting to start everything. This year I'm kind of wrangling myself down a little bit on that so that I behave a little bit more and get some stuff done. I mentioned last night, there's a couple of pieces in particular that I'm really, 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 really going to focus on getting done this year. But I think I've only got like 3 more pieces that I'm planning to start, and 2 of them are ones that I'm doing for classes for the Tudor Rose Sampler Guild. So there's one in April with the Wishing Thorn, and then Fox and Rabbit is doing a special piece for us in October. I've already ordered the one, but I haven't signed up for the one in October yet because they haven't announced the signups yet. So new floss tubers post whip parades all throughout the year. I just take a moment on Sunday mornings with my coffee and go look for newly uploaded whip parades. Yeah, I can see that. Second Wind Stitcher, I don't think I've watched her. So I'll have to go check that out. I'm so behind on watching floss tubes. And I honestly should do it while I'm like live streaming here during the 45 minutes. Although I've been catching up on some audiobooks while I'm stitching because I'm behind on my reading and been wanting to catch up on, especially like the easy books, like, you know, my, the cozy mysteries that everything is, you know, everything horrible happens in small towns. Right now I'm in a horrible small town in Northern California. And yeah, it's one of those tea themed mysteries. It's called Steeped in Secrets. Ooh. But yeah, I those are like easy, you know, I don't have to focus on them too much because if you jump back in a chapter or 2, you're still going to kind of know what's going on. Toby, are you waking up? Come on. Come on, big boy. You want to come say hi? He's looking at me like, no. It's like, I'm comfy in my box. Leave me alone, Mom. But yeah, I know that there's a bunch of new floss tubers around. She's new to me. She apparently dropped off the map for a while because life happened, and now she's coming back with a whip parade. Yeah, that happened to me. And that happened to my friend Amy, who's Gable Stitcher. She popped back last month after, I think she did like 1 floss tube video last year, and she was just busy because she was in that like she's in that final kiddo graduating college or graduating high school and getting them into college, and the eldest graduating from college, and just, you know, she's running around crazy like that. So she just didn't have time. And I kind of ran into the same problem last year where I was, for me, it was work. It was, I normally have a busy season in the spring. Like February picks up my busy season, and then I'm busy until the end of June. Last year we were kind of reorganizing a few things, and it was all year. And I just felt like I was just playing catch up all year long. And yeah, it was like I just didn't have the you kind of have to be in a good mental space to do a video like that. And, you know, organize your stuff so you know what you're doing. And I just couldn't get myself into that frame of mind. So that's why I had everything literally laid out last Monday to film. And then it was one thing after another happened this past week. So I was like, I need to film this so that I don't have, I had 10 stitching projects that were out of their project bags in a stack. And I'm like, things are going to start getting lost if I don't film this thing and put them away where they need to go, because I have too many cats to have this much stitching out in the open. It was making me nervous. Life happens to everyone. I usually won't just subscribe to someone unless they haven't posted for more than 5 years. Same. I figure I just stay subscribed to anybody. I don't care. You know, I'll catch up on them when I can, give them the support that I can when I can. I totally agree. Liz said that Taya wrote a book. Really? I didn't know that. I'll have to go look. Oh, we just got hang on. We just got a school notification. So as of Friday, We were supposed to have remote school tomorrow. That okay, or do we have I don't care about the survey thing. That doesn't bother me. Oh, we have an urgent message. Okay. Um oh, all right. They said due to the forecasted inclement weather, Providence Public Schools will be closed tomorrow. This is a full snow day. There will be no school and no virtual learning. Only essential employees should report. Okay, I guess it's probably because they're expecting us to possibly lose power um, with how bad this one's going to be. So, alrighty then, my son is going to be thrilled because originally they were like, no, we're not doing any more snow days. They're going to have to do virtual learning, so they sent them home on Friday with laptops, which all credit to Providence schools. They actually got ahead of it. But nope. And then on Amazon, okay, I will go and check that out because, yeah, if Taya wrote a book, I've got to see what Taya wrote. Let me write that down as a reminder. I remember during that live stream that today is the last Sunday of the month, and I forgot to post the check-in for Apocalypse. I got thrown off since February ends on Saturday, and I just and getting up early to watch the hockey game, I just totally forgot. It's like, oh yeah, it is the last Sunday of the month, so I got to do that after we finish tonight. I'm not going to do that during any of the stream stuff because I don't want to accidentally shut out of it. So let me put Taya book on Amazon. Cool. Who is everybody? Liz, I know that you're kind of in an area that will probably get some snow from this. I don't think anybody else is, though. I think it's just us. What do I have for weather here? Let me see. They are saying that for right now, it's going to start as a little bit of snow and rain together. So that will help a little bit. But then overnight, it's just going to crank. Whee. Yep. Fun, fun, fun. We even might get thunder snow, which that should startle my son. Hopefully, Jim Cantori is nowhere near Rhode Island, although he probably is. Oh, you're in the 18 to 24? Okay, yeah. So is similar to mine because, yeah, they're saying for us it's like 18 to 25. So same thing. I think a lot of it depends on whatever they're claiming with the rain this evening, but all that's going to do is freeze. It's just, it's going to make it a mess. Just, anyway. Fun, 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 fun. I'll just be able to get, more stitching and maybe conveniently it's not going to happen. I know we'll have power at least for part of it, but you're like, oh yeah, we have no power, so I'm not going to be working. No, I'll be working, but that's okay. At least I don't have to commute. I may try to get a bit more done like early if I can so that I can take longer breaks to help out with outside and stuff and just breathe. All right. Well, let me get us into our final 45-minute sprint. And yeah, and then we'll come back and chat for a few more minutes and then wind down. So happy sprinting, everybody. And I'll see you in another 45. Okay. Turn my mic off. Alrighty. So that was a kind of a wild sprint over here on my side because we had alarms going off all over the place for the weather, and between 4 different cell phones across the house, it was like emergency alerts. But yeah, they basically are telling us that no one should be driving anywhere after 7 o'clock tonight and to stay the F home, which we will happily do. We let Max know that he doesn't have school at all tomorrow. He is thrilled. And once I'm done with the sprints here, we're going to position the cars in the driveway so that as much of the driveway is covered by cars going from top to bottom as possible, so that we really can just work the sides and try to lessen the load of some of the plowing if we can get away with it, and bring like all of our shovels and stuff inside the house here so we don't have to dig them out of the car or out of the garage, and they're ready to go. But yeah, it was a bit of a wild sprint. Meanwhile, our friend Matt, who lives with us, decided that he's doing one last emergency trip to go get snacks before everything shuts down. He's like, we need all the junk food. I'm like, okay, I can do junk food. So, how did everybody else do on stitching? I got a little more done. It's coming along. I got the last of the 2 windows in here. The frames are in, but they're like a super light color, so you might not see them on the screen. Finished the white outline that goes down the side to about the end of the first page. And now I'm putting the shutters on the windows, so you'll be able to see them much better then. And then I'll fill in the windows so they'll really be visible. But yeah, it's going pretty decently. And then we'll see how far I get on that stuff tonight. I may switch to filling in up here and filling in some of the roof line for the night, because that'll be much easier to see. But I'll also be out on the couch underneath like my super bright stitching lights, so that should help me too. But that's where I'm at. Why do I have weird things on my screen? There we go. And yes, thank you, Lisa. Thank you for, okay, yep. I'm glad that you made a lot of progress on Mirabilia. That's awesome. Very, very cool. I mean, that's what these are for, is to make a little bit of progress, right? So, and yeah, we'll be, once we wrap up, once we go to the next sprint, go ahead, take off. That's cool. I mean, you could take off whenever. It's not like I control anybody here. Anyway, I saw, going back up a little bit, yeah, Liz is in the 18 to 24, and that her driveway is covered. It hasn't started here yet. I think we're supposed to start getting stuff somewhere between like 7 and 8 is when a mix is supposed to start falling, and then it's supposed to just crank into snow around like 11 o'clock tonight. So we'll see. But I think that's about it. Yeah, other than Toby walking across my keyboard and saying hi to you all. He left, but he left it without hitting the enter button, so I just kindly did that for him. So that's what that weird garbly gook was. He decided to come by and just chat. Oh, I'm sorry that you won't be able to join us for a few weeks. Well, keep an eye out, because you never know. I might be able to do a random pop-up sprint too on another day. But this is something that's going to continue past March. So, and it's one of those things that, you know what, long term, if it works better for people on another day of the week, I'm kind of flexible. So I could always pop in on a Saturday too. It doesn't bother me. Oh, thank you. Yeah, we'll be fine. I mean, yes, it's going to be a pain. We may lose power, but we'll be fine. I'm just going to get like tired of being in the house. But it'll for like a day or two, it's always fun, I think, with big snowstorms. There's something about them that's just, you kind of get like little kiddish and you go, oh, it's going to snow. And then you have to go shovel it and you go, so it'll be fine. Awesome. Okay. Yep. And I also, I'm putting notes. I've been posting some messages. I have my planned schedule. And if I know I'm going to do pop-ups, I'll also put them there. So, um, I'll make sure. Oh, the whole chat thing is off again. I don't know why. Something happened to like all of my layouts over the last couple of weeks, and I don't know what's going on. Well, you get used to it. I mean, it's one of those things, you figure you live in an area, that's what the weather is. So as long as you prepare, I mean, what else can you do? So, Mother Nature is going to be Mother Nature, and you just got to live with it. And I'm getting random text messages. We'll ignore that. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get into that last sprint so I can make sure too that after I wrap up here that I get, the final prep ready outside, since it's pitch black outside now for us, to make sure that we're ready to go and buckle down. So I'm going to put us in our 15-minute sprint. Take care, everybody who's taking off. And for those who are going to wrap up with me, I'll see you in about 15. Okay. I know last week Liz said that there was a little bit of a delay with my voice coming back. So after it popped. Um, so hopefully it's working. Um, if you're still here, thanks again for coming. I appreciated everyone going in. It was awesome to stitch with everyone today. I did better than I thought. I got almost 240 stitches in during these sprints, which is great because that means I really am going to get this done in a week, especially with how tomorrow is panning out. So I'm going to take off so I can finish the rest of the stuff to prep for this storm. If you are in the scope of it, please stay safe, stay warm, stay off the roads, and I will see everybody next Sunday at the same time. Until then, take care all, and have a good night. Bye.